2024 might be the last year for crypto wash sales. That's right, one of the best tax loss harvesting strategies, using wash sale rule to your advantage, might go away at the end of this year, at the end of 2024. And that's because President Biden has recently announced his 2025 proposed budget. And as part of that, he seeks to eliminate what he calls the digital asset wash sale loophole. And in fact, that's exactly what it is. Under current law, crypto or digital assets can be sold or traded at a loss and then bought back within 30 days, and you can record that loss on your taxes and use that loss to offset other capital gains from stocks as well as crypto. And if there are no capital gains, then up to $3,000 a year of income. So being able to harvest these losses through the wash sale rule is incredibly helpful for crypto traders. But let's talk a little bit about what the wash sale rule is and why in fact it is a loophole. So under current law, if you trade or sell a stock or security and sell it at a loss and within 30 days buy it back, in the eyes of the IRS, this is considered a wash and you don't actually get to take the loss on your tax returns. The loss is disallowed because of what's known as the wash sale rule. But because the code only refers to stocks or securities, many practitioners view this as a loophole and that crypto doesn't fall into this definition. So as a result, you can sell your crypto, realize that loss, and buy it back quite quickly. Buy it back within 30 days or even much sooner. Buy it back within a single day and still be able to report that loss on your taxes. And this is a very strong and valuable tool because a lot of crypto investors want to stay long in a position. They want to continue to hold their assets for appreciation. But utilizing this strategy, they can record the loss on their taxes, not have much or any fluctuation in price, and still have a holding of their asset. The administration is seeking to remove this, and so if it actually passes through legislation, it's likely to be for the new year, for 2025. In prior years, there were discussions of making it applicable mid-year, which would cause a lot of headaches and a lot of issues for people. But the most likely event will be that there is some sort of legislation or budget proposal for tax year 2025. So definitely keep your eye on the news and follow us for further updates. We'll be watching this as well. And if we see that there has been a passage of a bill regarding the wash sale rule and crypto or digital assets, we'll definitely let you all know. And this is really important for all the reasons we've talked about, but also because all the crypto software out there nowadays, it doesn't treat crypto as under the wash sale rule. And so there will have to be a lot of software updates and a lot of new things occurring if the law does change and includes crypto in the wash sale rule. And so what do you do? Well, for now, you might want to consider utilizing the wash sale rule to your advantage in 2024 because it may go away. It may not, but it may. And so depending on your holdings and your strategy and whether or not you intend to sell for long-term capital gains and what your time horizon is, it may make sense to realize some of those losses. Now, something that people don't tell you is that the wash sale rule doesn't always make sense. It doesn't always make sense to realize losses. Sometimes it's not to your benefit. And that's because although realizing those losses in the current year can help offset gains in the current year or carry forward, eventually when you sell it, you're going to have gains. And if you realize those losses, you're setting your cost basis lower, meaning more gains in the future. One of the best tax strategies that's out there is one of the simplest, and that's selling for long-term capital gains, holding your crypto for more than a year. And one of the important things to know is that if you're taking part in selling and buying back, you are resetting your holding period. Your holding period is now, if you sold it today, your holding period is today. So you have to consider when you are selling, buying back, what your end goals are if you're planning to sell. And also another strategy to keep in mind is that tax deferral isn't always beneficial. In a lot of situations, it is. And so you might want to decrease your current year taxes, but by doing so, it often is a zero-sum game where you might decrease the current year taxes, but you're going to increase taxes in the future. And so if the tax rates increase in the future, you're going to end up paying more taxes, and the deferral wouldn't be worthwhile. It'll be actually more costly to you. So there are all sorts of considerations to keep in mind. But overall, if you are thinking about selling and realizing losses, you might want to consider doing it in 2024. And also keep in mind that as the public, we have a say in legislation. We have a say in changing the laws as well. So definitely talk to your local congressperson and tell them that you don't want a change to the wash sale rule, and that crypto, which is very different than many stocks and securities, should not fall under the wash sale rule. Now, why, right? We talked about how it's a loophole, and common sense would almost dictate that crypto shouldn't be treated any differently than stocks or securities. But it is in a lot of ways, right? Crypto is traded 24/7, unlike stocks or securities. Crypto is extremely volatile, right? The price can change in an instant. And so 30 days is an eternity in crypto, different than stocks and securities. While stocks and securities have volatility, often not to the extent that crypto does. Further, crypto is exchanged very easily from one to another. While those are taxable events, it's very common for crypto to be exchanged continuously, and investors, while they may not exchange an IBM stock for an Apple stock really ever, in crypto, that type of thing happens all the time, where crypto is exchanged continuously. And so there are a lot of differentiating factors between crypto and the stock market or other securities. And so I don't think it necessarily makes sense for crypto to be excluded, but at the same time, it doesn't exactly make sense for crypto to fit either. So depending on how you feel about this situation, you might want to get in touch with your local congressperson as well. Thanks for watching. If you found value in this, please like, subscribe, and if you have any questions, leave a comment below. Thank you.